Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome on into some baseball here on a Friday evening. I'm Sean. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. You know, sometimes Bob's Burgers plays that extra episode. And you think you have time because those episodes are 22 minutes. And then you forget that you have the ad version of Hulu. And so it takes 26 minutes. Yes, I do have that game. We are going to jump in with 4 games today. Shockingly, I should put a poll up at the beginning of every stream. That's do I have my notepad pulled up? Today would have been a no. We're going to head to Boston. Rockies are taking on the Red Sox. Then we'll head down south to Tampa Bay. Pirates, Rays. Then we'll stay in Florida. We get the double Florida day with the Orioles and the Marlins. And then we're going back out west for the Giants and the Padres. And that is our lineup for today. Let's jump in and get things going here. I think... One, I need to stop pushing the X button on the PlayStation 5 controller like it controls the PlayStation 2. That would be great. But I think we have these first 2 games. And then where's the third? Orioles Marlins? Okay. We have 3 of the first 5 games. Play game. Rockies Red Sox. And we are off. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. To those of you celebrating Friday. Went in and did some overtime today, so that was nice, I guess. But, yeah, what am I doing here? Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Come on. There we go. And we have our drinks lined up and ready to roll. Welcome to Boston. Tops Attack. Don't forget it. I learned that Tops Out and Ginter is coming out soon, as we're going to take a look at the Rockies, who are 13-7, taking on the Boston Red Sox 10-9. Bum, 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 bum. I'm talking about, I have the 2 controllers literally like right next to each other on the desk, and I keep pushing the wrong button. Here's your Colorado Rockies starting lineup. It's Shane Victorino in center, Steven Drew, the shortstop, Torrey Hunter in right, Carlos Pena at first, Mark Reynolds at third, John Jaso. Oh, never mind. There's a guy named John Jacobs. Whatever. I was going to say John Jaso Jingleheimer Schmidt, but I think I already used that nickname. He's the catcher. Juan Riviera in left field. Bill Hall at second, Michael Saunders out. In the designated hitter. He's all the way out in the DH spot. I think to hang out in the bullpen between innings. And the pitcher, Rockies and Red Sox, 2007 World Series. That's a good call. I didn't even think about that. Chen Ming Wang. 1-2 with a 9.39 ERA. 3 games, 7.2 innings pitched. 11.32 walks. Nope. Hits, walks, strikeouts. Darn. Hits, walks, strikeouts. New content did just drop for MLB The Show 26. Today. I forgot about that until just now. So the righty is ready. This is a very slow windup, and that one misses for a ball low. These are the kinds of pitchers, those slow windup pitchers when I'm playing. It's basically like I need to get a walk, I need to get a hit as quickly as possible to get them into the stretch. It's just such a long wind-up. Oh, pardon me. That was in for a strike. 1-1 as I sneezed. Look at me sneeze. Wow, look at that. Instant replay. That is hit well out to right center field. That's going to get down. That's going to get all the way to the wall. It's going to be a lead-off double for the Colorado Rockies, who are, I believe, atop the the NL West. They are a team that I kind of actually forget is as good as they are. I was talking about some of the teams and their records with the Royals and the Mariners, and I forgot that the Rockies are actually pretty high up there. So nobody out. A runner on second and a 1-0 count. Second batter that he's fallen behind. But he bounces back with a nice strike. That one is hit well out to right, but up in the second deck for a foul ball. Ooh, froze him. That was a really nice pitch. That would have gotten me. Doesn't take much to get me, but it would have gotten me. Torrey Hunter with a 323 average. Has a home run, 7 RBI. One of the higher RBI totals we've seen for individual players. The righty fires inside. Torrey Hunter with a big swing and a miss. 0-1 first batter that he's been able to get ahead of. With no balls and a strike. That one misses low. As the crowd shakes their head in absolute disgust. How dare he throw one ball? 1-1. There's another pitch. That one just missed. That was a funky part of the zone in yesterday's games. We saw some real funky strike calls, including a brutal out of a pitch that was at least 6 inches off the plate. The righty fires and hits right to the shortstop. He gets it cleanly and fires over to first. Important that he is able to get it cleanly, so the strikeout and the ground out. Saw some errors. Nearly cost some teams in yesterday's set of games as well. Carlos Pena stepping in. So the leadoff double still there, and that's going to hit him. So that'll put 2 on with 2 out. It was a pitch that it started inside and just kept going inside. And he wore it. Mark Reynolds now with an opportunity. That is hit out to right field. Foul. That is a strike in. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Misses low. Not close enough to try and induce that swing. It's a good eye by the Red Sox hitter. Or excuse me, the Rockies hitter. Swung on and missed. He left that curveball slider. Left a little off-speed pitch up in the zone. And that will strand the runner at second. So a leadoff double, followed by 2 strikeouts and a flyout, pop-out. Christian Liu in center field. He will get the leadoff spot for the Boston Red Sox. Justin Smoke is over at first. Jason Hayward in right. Carlos Lee in left. Adrian Beltre at third. Jorge Cantu is the designated hitter. Blake DeWitt is at second. Benji Molina behind the dish, and Jason Bartlett, the shortstop, for you today. Giovanni Gallardo, 2-2 with a 10.38 ERA, 4 games with 8.2 innings pitched, 17-6-2. Not great. That's a lot of base runners that you're working with if you have 17-6-2. Only 2 strikeouts compared to all those hits and all those walks. So, see what the Red Sox can do. Is this going to be a Boston strength versus a Colorado weakness? We'll find out together. That is ground out to the second baseman. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. as Christian Liu is aggressive on the first pitch. Justin Smoke go Mariners. Couple of home runs, 7 RBI on the season so far. Even has a stolen base in there just for fun. The righty ready, winds and fires. That is going to be a foul ball at the first base line. So 2 pitches, 2 swings. Boston aggressive early. Swung on and missed. Got him to swing under it, and that makes it 0-2. Ooh, boy, Smoke took a pitch inside there and swung at it. That pitch, I'm hoping that we get, yeah, it's high, and that was not a ball. Very late on the 93-mile-an-hour four-seamer. He's thrown 4 pitches, and the batters have swung at every single one of them. Jason Hayward is your next batter for these Boston Red Sox. The righty winds. Hayward. Oh, he actually holds the bat on his shoulder, and it's still a strike. Gets the inside for the 0-1 count. Shakes off the catcher. That is hit out to left. It is staying in the park. Wow. That looked like it was going to go foul, and then the wind just blew it right back into the field of play, and that is out number 3. So Boston shut down quickly. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Jaso, Riviera, and Hall for the Colorado Rockies. So the righty here for the Boston Red Sox ended up giving up that leadoff double, which meant that he got out of that long windup as he is chasing this one down. It's off the wall into the corner. Is he going to go for 3? He is. He hits second and makes a big turn. Third base easily with a stand-up triple. That animation, a lot of the time they come up with the catch. And that time, I'd say it's like 80-20. But that one just missed. It's Christian Liu out there in center field. Juan Rivera. Well, I think I probably said Riviera earlier. I think I end up putting so many extra vowels and letters in people's names just for fun. So a leadoff double, a leadoff triple for the Rockies in the first couple innings of this one. This one is going to drive in a run, and that'll be a double as it rattles around in the corner. And that will be a stand-up. So a stand-up triple, a stand-up double. You asked me that yesterday. So nobody out, 1 run across, and a runner in scoring position. That is hit well out to center. It's gonna be a cow. He missed it again. They are not going to be able to advance, but Liu has had an adventurous day out there in center field. My goodness. So it's a double, but only advances the runner 1 base because he actually had a pretty good read on it. He's given a couple good chases, but just can't get the out. That pitch misses. It'll be a ball. That gets the bottom of the zone somehow. I thought that was a ball, but okay. The righty ready. Tries to go back to the bottom part of the zone. He just got the call, so can he get it again? No. 2-1. 2 runners in scoring position here. Rockies looking to open things up in Boston. And they will do just that. They're going to get at least one. They will send the runner around third. I think Lou has problems with it again in center field. Unfortunately, I can take a look at the... It looked like, yeah, he definitely bobbled it. Yep, he bobbled it, which is just ridiculous. That is wild. Absolutely wild. He has had 3 balls hit at him here. That one he wasn't going to catch, but he's got to come up with it clean to at least have a play at the plate. If you're Colorado, you just hit it near Christian Lou out in center field, and you just hope that he continues to have trouble. If you're Boston, hopefully that doesn't shake him too much. If you can induce a ground ball double play, you're probably in a good spot to try and get out of here, but a ball like that doesn't help. That is hit to the second baseman. He flips over to the shortstop covering, but not in time on the back end. It's a great effort all around. It's nothing to be ashamed of there. We'll take a look at the replay. It's just good speed coming up the first base line, and he was safe by about half a step. I think that hard slide into the kind of that tumble animation throws things off just enough. So just 1 away. Colorado has already knocked around 3, or knocked 3 across, which is what I was trying to say. That one is going to be popped out to right field. That'll chase the runner back to first. And that's 2 gone. Hunter steps in, a runner on first and 2 gone. That pitch misses outside. Ball 1. That's inside. Brushes Hunter back. And it's a 2-0 count. Can Hunter keep this big inning for the Colorado Rockies going? No, I don't know how the first baseman got there, but I'm sure Red Sox fans are happy that he did. The Colorado Rockies pile up 4 hits, 3 come across, and they lead 3-0. Lee, Beltre, and Cantu coming up for the Boston Red Sox here in the home half of the second. Rockies looking for a shutdown inning here. We don't necessarily need to get the bats back up there while they're hot, which is a term that they love using in MLB The Show 25. However, they definitely want to keep this a 3-0 game going into that 3rd inning. That got the inside edge. I am surprised at that call. The righty winds, fires, gets that to go up the first base line. Nice snag. A little kind of backhand grab there. A little bit of bad luck for the Red Sox as they can't get that to just go foul to try and stay alive. Adrian Beltre has a home run, 5 RBI, 2 stolen bases. Steps up with the bases empty here. And 1 gone. That is inside for a strike. I think one of the best things for Boston is they don't have to face the New York Yankees anymore. We watched 3 Yankees Red Sox games. The Yankees won 2 of them pretty decisively, as that is rolled over to the shortstop. And the only one that the Red Sox won was a funky one where I believe the tying run was walked in, and then they threw a ball into the... No. A run got walked in for the Yankees, and then a ball got thrown into the camera well for the Red Sox to tie to the top of the third. It was a really weird game that the Yankees should have won. And why that's important is if you don't have to play the Yankees, you don't have to deal with any more divisional stuff. You just worry about all these other teams. You don't have to face a team 30 more times or whatever that already has your number. So the bottom of the second inning rolls along. 2 gone. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is lifted to left, but caught. And that makes nice, quick work of the Boston Red Sox, who are zeros across the board. Pena, Reynolds, and Jaso coming up for the Rockies. They lead 3-0. Oh, that's right. Carlos Pena got hit by a pitch. I forgot about that. So the righty winds and fires a pitch low. And that pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two and 0 to the leadoff hitter. Big swing there for strike 1. Could not get that timed up at all. That's a big pitch. You definitely don't want it to be 3-0. Though the strike zone does get wide in 3-0, but if you get that strike, then it's 3-1, and then the batters get really aggressive. That is a surprising take from the batter. Looked like a pretty good pitch to hit. It's 2-2. That is foul. Foul ball. Didn't sound like he got very much of that. What didn't sound like very good bat to ball contact, but still pretty good. Put a pretty good swing on it. Here's a 2-2. That is foul again. 3 straight foul balls. And we'll look at another 2-2 pitch incoming. That pitch is low. Here comes the payoff pitch. It is fouled away. So we'll do it again. This is still just the first batter of the inning for the Colorado Rockies. Readies and winds, fires that one outside, and he'll work a walk, so Colorado puts one on. Who's on the hill? It is, shoot, hold on. I can find it. Colorado. It is, play it. Chen Ming Wang. That pitch misses low. Even the names on the back of the jersey help trigger the first name as well. But it's just number 41's on the mound. That's not helpful. That is crushed foul. Looked like it had the height for the Green Monster. One on, nobody out. Here comes the 1-2. That one's low. He had a bit of a high ERA over 10, so. He was able to get to that high pitch. Okay enough swing to stay alive. I don't think he really needed to go that high with the swing, but can't leave it in the umpire's hands. That's a swing and a miss. Love the pitch selection there. Went up top, changed the eye level. Swung on and missed. See if we can get a double play here. John Jaso does have a triple and a run today. It wasn't maybe the greatest hit in the world, but Christian Liu out in center field for Boston's had a bit of an adventurous day. And if this was a highly produced production, we would show the replays, but instead you'll just have to go find them yourself as pitch number 1 is fouled off from the lefty. That misses. Righty winds and fires, and we've seen a lot of foul balls. This is a Colorado team that's seeing it okay. It's a good take on the outside. Here comes the 2-2. Fouled away. It'll stay 2-2. 1 on, 1 out in a 3-0 game here in the top of the third. And gets him on the inside corner. Called strike 3. That'll set him down. So it's a nice pitch. Change up at 80. Just locked him up. It's in the zone. Juan Rivera, who I always put an extra little, I always want to say Riviera. Just Juan Rivera. That is fouled off. So another foul ball. They can get the bat to the ball. They just can't keep it in play in this inning, which was something they did a really good job of in the second. Strike called at the knees, 0-2. Righty winds and fires. That's fouled away. Really needs to put up a 0 to give his team a chance after giving up 3 in the top of the second. Misses that one low. Pitcher ready with the 1-2. And that one makes it 2-2. Like to see him be just a little bit more aggressive. Tease the zone. He just got a nice strikeout. Here's the 2-2. Rolled over. up the third base line. And hey, stop me if you've heard this before. Colorado Rockies hit a foul ball. That one is low for ball 3. So a full count. And he is really having to work up there on the bump. A lot of pitches in this inning. They're going to put the runner in motion. It's a swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. Colorado Rockies work a walk, but strand the runner on first. DeWitt, Molina, and Bartlett, coming up for the Red Sox in the bottom half. They do not have a hit yet. Here's DeWitt. He'll get a piece of contact on him, but it rolls foul up the first base line, 0-1. Same result on the next pitch, 0-2. That gets away from the catcher. Doesn't matter. It is ball 1. That's the time when you would want that to happen. Get away from the catcher when there's nobody on. Misses that one low to even things up at 2-2. That is a called strike 3. That's the third time I think we've seen a strike 3 call on that inside corner to a left-handed hitter. That spot has been open and available. That one's up the stairs for ball 1. Righty ready, fires, and that is... Hey, how you doing? Checking in from Indiana. Hope you're doing well. Okay. God, just throw it in the zone, please. Why? I mean, worst case scenario, you give up a solo home run. Best case scenario, you get it out. 2-1 as these pitchers continue to kind of tease the zone in funky spots. That is a strike. Two count. The righty ready. Fires low. Full count. Okay. All right. Ooh, we got our favorite email, everybody. Now live on your channel. Restart my phone when I'm not using it. How about that? Have you considered that, Google? That pitch is fouled away, so we'll do it again. Here comes a payoff pitch. Payoff pitch number 2. Charge! That is hit out to the second baseman. So all that for a whole lot of nothing. Jason Bartlett steps in. A .304 average. Has 1 stolen base. No RBIs. No home runs. That pitch misses in for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. That one's going to go foul. Bit of a break for the Colorado Rockies, who you would have guessed that pitch was probably a ball on the outside. Instead, they induce the swing, and it's a strike. That'll go up the third baseline, foul. The righty readies and fires. Gets a swing and the miss, and that will do it. So the Red Sox, they get no hit. And the perfect game day. Granted, it's a bit of a funky situation where, you know, it's only 3 innings. But Colorado gets 3 in the top of the second. That's all they need. They are one of the best teams in Major League Baseball in our random rostered 3-inning season. Player of the game is Yovani Gallardo. 3 innings, no hits, 3 strikeouts. That's going to really help him out there. He had more strikeouts in this game than he did all season prior. And he keeps that hit at 17, which wasn't looking great. He gets his 3rd win of the season. Chien-Ming Wang gets his 3rd loss. He drops to 1-3. Wasn't 100% his fault. Like, he left hittable pitches up there, sure, but Christian Liu out in center field didn't help him in the way that he should have. There's one of them where it was going to get down anyway, but 2 real good opportunities for a catch. Would have been 2 outs. Maybe that 3rd little bobble doesn't happen. But that is sometimes how it goes. We will head down to Florida. Pirates take it on the Rays. 10-8. Take it on 8-10. And as we get this loaded, I will flip the thumbnail. Thanks everybody again for hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying. Little Friday night MLB 11 the show on the PlayStation 2, which I know everybody loves. There's your ranking of home runs as we are in Tropicana Field, and they just got all of the sections of the roof back onto this horribly ugly to look at stadium from inside. Kind of rude, but also true. Pittsburgh's 10-8 in the NL Central. The Tampa Bay Rays are 8-10 in the AL East. Here's your starting lineup for Pittsburgh. It's Nick Markakis, right fielder. Nick Johnson at first. Robinson Cano at second. Jose Bautista. I say his name kind of differently than the PA announcer does. Seth Smith is the designated hitter. Alfonso Soriano out in left. Miguel Olivo. Yes. No. Yeah. Olivo? I always put an extra I in there. Yeah. Oh, and then we have Crispy Young, Crispy Quick. Me and my buddies had a franchise in MLB in the show 08. On PS2 or PS3. Miguel Oliva is the catcher. Crispy Young, Crispy Quick in center field. Ryan Theriot. Chris Young is 3-0. He has a similar stat line to Chris Abbott we saw yesterday. 3-0, no ERA, 9 innings, 6-3 at 8, I believe, was the numbers on that. What was that? 6-3-8, yeah. Hits, walks, strikeouts. They're looking really, really good. Oh, nice. I hope you did well in your 2008 franchise. The righty readies. He will fire a strike on a swing and a miss. Nice location there to get ahead 0-1 as we welcome you into game number 2 of 4 today. Etcher sets up outside. Aggressive Pittsburgh swinging already. Though they aren't the worst pitches to swing at. They're right on the edges of the zone. They're competitive pitches at the very least. Here comes the 0-2. One of the, like, almost like kind of like sexier slides of the foot for the starting pitcher for Tampa Bay. I didn't do it that time. That'll be hit to the shortstop. Throws it over to first, and the speed is not enough. It's out number 1. Nick Johnson with a .276 average has 1 run batted in. No home runs, no steals. That is popped into center field. Was that franchise? Was that online? I don't think this game has any of the online features by the time this rolled around. But I'd imagine that the PS2 versions had online functionality. From like 07 to maybe 09? Let's see. MLB 08, the show PS2. No, not PA2. The Wikipedia is the same for everything. Oh, that would have had 3 different variants. Yeah, PSP, PS2, and PS3. 2-0 with 2 gone to Robinson Cano. That is a strike on the outside. Good eye. I'm probably going to find the information that I would want out of that. Oh, you know what I could do is I could look at the cover and see if the 02 or the PS2 version has online. It does. Okay. Has that online little notifier. That is hit well for a single into center field, and Cano will get on with 2 out. Kind of forget that the PS2 had online connectivity. It was such an afterthought for PlayStation, or for Sony and for Nintendo. It was an afterthought for Sony for a while. Even into the PS3 era, it was still like, do you guys know? Xbox was like, you're online gaming. We're launching Xbox Live with Halo 2. Two out. And a runner on first, as that is foul. Here in the top of the first. It's a 1-1 count. Oh, wow. Got him to swing under that one. That is popped sky high. Catcher just in fair territory. Makes the grab as the runner slides into third. Pittsburgh gets a hit but strands the runner. Gutierrez, well, we'll get you the starting lineup here in just a moment. It's no score as we head to the home half. Franklin Gutierrez in center field. Kelly Johnson over at second. Jason Worth in right. Brad Hopp at first. David Murphy in left. Mike Morse is your designated hitter. Chris Johnson at third. Carlos Ruiz at catcher. Jack Wilson is the shortstop for your Tampa Bay Rays. Presented by State Farm. Meet the Jake the State Farm guy in NBA 2K24 and 25. Is he in 2K26? I don't know. Did I delete that game off my PS5 today? I did. Chris Volstad has a 21.60 ERA in 3 starts, 5 innings, 11 hits, 4-2, and somehow has a win in all of that. Is he 1-2? Yeah, 1-2. 11 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. Wild. Franklin Gutierrez leads off here for the Tampa Bay Rays. It'll be nice for Tampa Bay to be back in their home stadium. A funky season for them last year as they played in the spring training ballpark of the New York Yankees that cost Aaron Judge a home run. So whatever he ends up with, just put +1. The righty fires. That'll be hit out towards center. It's a diving attempt, but can't get to it. Nicely covered by the right fielder. It was going to be an out or a single, and the right fielder helped make sure it was a single. Or just a single. Kelly Johnson, 222 average, a home run, and RBI. He got himself around. That's fouled away. That pitch misses low. Good eye. Low ball makes it 1-1. That is a hit out to center field. They will not test him. Jason Worth working with nobody out. 2-1 and thought about it but held back the swing. No appeal, which we don't see a ton of, if we're being honest. And even when they do appeal, it is very unnecessarily dramatic. That's going to get out into right field. They are not going to have the speed to send him around third. They're going to have to work station to station. And there was a possibility maybe that could have been caught in the air. Not a good start here for the Pirates. So Brad Hopp, bases loaded, nobody out. That pitch is outside. Starting to see why that ERA is so high for this for Volstad. That's outside. The righty winds and fires. This one's out to center field. They're going to tag at second and third. The throw is into the cutoff man. Over to third. Late and safe. Didn't have a play at home. And that is how the Tampa Bay Rays will score their first run and have runners on the corner with just one away. Hop does a nice job to drive him in. And that'll bring in David Murphy, a .318 average. 2 RBI, 1 stolen base. Can he add a third in this at-bat? Let's find out. That is hit right to the first baseman, over to second, back to first. Huge double play for Pittsburgh. The bases get juiced, but the Rays only come away with 1. Smith, Soriano, and Olivo. There we go. Coming up for Pittsburgh, down 1. Top of the second. Seth Smith, 7-game hitting streak that he's working on. Right-hander winds and fires outside, ball 1. That is foul up the third base line. Would have been a good start here for the Pittsburgh Pirates if they could get a runner on. See if we can get anything moving here in this comeback inning. Strike back inning. That ball soars out of play. Finally comes back into frame. That is... Wow, okay. Thought the first baseman would have a chance at it. Instead, oh, it's out into right field. It's a little bit of a lackadaisical throw, and even worse, base running. He's out at second. No idea why he tried to advance to second. It was not a strong throw in. It was not a throw of urgency. But it's right on the money and way too aggressive on the base running. My goodness, the Pirates... I mean, depending on what Soriano does here, could get even worse. One gone. That one stays high. 1-0. That is into right field. Should be runners on first and third. I think you can maybe make the argument that they run to third because it's all the way from right field, but Soriano with a nice piece of hitting up that first base line. That'll put one on with one out. Miguel Olivo stepping in. They are putting Soriano in motion. The throw is down. He is out at second. Two runners cut down. One on the steal attempt. One on an unnecessary advance. Pirates desperately trying to get someone into scoring position. I feel like that's a domino effect of like, hey, a bad decision begets a bad decision. And now it's two runners out on the base paths. As they've been able to pick up 2 hits. Somehow they'll pick up 2 hits and leave nobody on without scoring any runs. It's very weird. Swung on and missed. Who thought about it? Appeal over to first base. He did not go. Not the best angle in the world for us to see it, but I don't think he went. The count is now 2-2. 2 gone. That one just misses. Fill up the counts. Should have. Yes, it does. Here is a payoff pitch. That is hit well, but foul.
That ball's foul.
There's the payoff pitch. This one is drilled out to left field. It is gone. No doubter ties the game, and boy, if they did not have 2 awful base running opportunities, that is unreal. That pitch misses low. Rolls over that one. Pitcher takes a stab at it, but can't get to it. Shortstop covers, fires over to first, and that is an out. But Pittsburgh picks up 3 hits in the inning. And the big one, the solo shot to tie things up, so they do a good job to strike back. Oh, good. Now I'm getting a bunch of wish list notifications. Hey, this game's on your wish list. It's on sale. It's on sale. It's on sale. Right-hander winds and fires. Throws that one in the dirt, and it is a ball. That one's outside. So a 3-0 count. Tampa Bay is really going to, if they struggle to win this game or lose this game, they are really going to beat themselves up for not being able to cash in more with that bases loaded situation. And that will be a walk. So the Rays put one on via the walk. Chris Johnson. Be interesting to see how aggressive Tampa Bay is. Oof, not aggressive at all. He'll step on the bag at second and over to first, and the walk is erased immediately with just one pitch. One pitch, one swing, 2 outs. And the base is cleared up immediately. I guess the flip side of it would be that the Pirates, if they lose this game, should have had a 2-run home run if they just leave Soriano. Even if they just leave Soriano on first, should be 2-1. They had the weird send. Could have been 3-1. You know, barring all of the funkiness, obviously. There's no guarantee that all that stuff goes the same. Do they pitch the same? Blah, blah, blah. I got you. But still. That is lined out to left. That'll get to the wall. Should be a double. Left fielder with a strong throw in, and he is going to be safe. Diving effort by the defender covering the bag. That's a nice play. It's a great play on both sides. It's a nice piece of hitting. He just doesn't have the speed to get around to make that as easy as it should be, or you would think it would be. Jack Wilson, go Mariners, with an opportunity to take the lead late here in this one. Little 2-out damage would be huge for this Tampa Bay team. Fires that one low, and it's a ball, 1-0. That pitch misses inside. That one is dribbled right in front of the catcher. He fires over to first. Nice stretch off the bag, and that will be the out. 4 hits for each team, 1 run for each team. The 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Pittsburgh, looking for a victory. Or looking to take the lead late, I should say. Ryan Theriot. A TH really throws me off there. Righty slides his foot. Lets the pitch go, and it's foul up the first base line. That one will be rolled over to the second baseman. Clean grab, clean exchange. Out number 1. Nick Markakis stepping in, and he will take a look at that pitch and foul it off. Foul, foul. Somehow got a hold of that one, sends it foul as well. Looked really late on the swing, and it looked like he was on top of it, so the trajectory on that one did look a little bit funky. Goes back to that pitch for the 3rd straight time. That time it's a ball. One and 2. He will ground out to the 3rd baseman. Steps and fires over to first. And that is out number 2 for the Pirates here in the top of the 3rd. Steps forward to make the grab. Nick Johnson. He has a 267 average. I must have moved something right in my line of view. That pitch is outside for a ball. Six notifications, PlayStation app. I don't think you needed to do that. So low. Robocop, Angerfoot, Hindsight, Neva. Centennial Case. That is fouled the first base line. Righty winds and fires. That's outside. So 3-1. He does not get aggressive. Instead takes a strike up in the top of the zone. It's now a full count with 2 gone. And strike 3. Strike 3 called. Oh my goodness, doesn't like it. I didn't really agree with it, but that's what the digital umpire from 15 years ago called. Gutierrez, Johnson, and Worth, I believe, was the last batter up. But Franklin Gutierrez will step into the box here. In the top half of the third, we're tied at or the bottom half, excuse me, of the third. We're tied 1-1. Gutierrez, foul. Just into that corner. This is low, good eye from Gutierrez. Evens up the count at 1-1. You happy about the Naylor signing? I am. I'm excited about it. That is hit right up the middle. So Gutierrez is on with a single. He would be the winning run should he be able to come around. Going to be really interesting to see how aggressive Tampa Bay is. We saw Pittsburgh's aggression really bite them in the butt. I'm glad that he wants to stay and be in Seattle. I think if you could have kept Ayo Hedio or Josh Naylor, one of the two, I think is a win. You hope to take that rental that you trade for and you sign him to a deal for a bit. So that one is hit foul. So, hopefully it's a good signing. Hopefully that it alleviates some pressure from Julio and from... That one's fouled away. Julio and Cal. Just gives a little bit of length to the lineup. I need Julio to have a full season, personally. I don't. Tired of seeing videos. I'm tired of hearing talking baseball go, well, he's a cold first half, then he's on fire. You need second half Julio. It's like, that one's upstairs. Here comes the 2-2. That is hit into right field. Gutierrez works station to station. Winning run on second for Jason Worth, who is 1-for-1 with a single. Worth takes a ball low. And that one's in for a strike. Trying to change the eye levels on Worth there. 1-1 count in a 1-1 game. 2 on, nobody out. That one, ew, boy. That was an ugly hack. Guess the positive would be is that he brought it back. He did bring it back. No appeal to first. That is hit well but foul. A lot of foul balls in both of today's games so far. Feels like more than usual, but it could just be that there are longer at bats. Or we're just noticing it more. And they're going to walk the bases loaded here. There is still nobody out. Volstad kicks in the dirt. They're going to leave him in against Brad Hopp, batting from the left-handed side. He already has a sacrifice fly in this game. This one would win it for him, and he would have to be your player of the game, in my opinion. Sure, he didn't get on base or whatever, but he drove in 2 runs on sac flies. Should he be able to come through in this one? Hop takes a strike inside. 0-2. That misses low. Hop is going to get that over. Oh my goodness, it's a disaster. It's a disaster on the base paths. It's a force out at home if they can get there. They cannot. The runner at third dove back because he thought the ball was caught and got into right field. The right fielder had a chance at it. It is a force out, so he doesn't even have to apply the tag. Oh my goodness. Gutierrez nearly blows it for the Tampa Bay Rays, but does come through with the winning run. 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 strikeout for today's player of the game, Chris Young. He improves to 4-0. Chris Volstad loses. He drops to 1-3. Olivo for the second home run of the season. Seattle looking good to be top of the AL West next year. Astros are cooked. Rangers are falling apart. A's and Angels are always garbage. The A's have exciting young players, is the one counter I would say. The problem is they don't always pay them. So they have fun players that I look forward to watching on different teams. The Angels are garbage. The Rangers are not great. And the Astros, quite frankly, I guess earmuffs, can go fuck themselves. Nope. Save the game, please. Pop a save here. That is our second of 4 games. I don't know. I don't trust Seattle to live up to those expectations. On paper, they're going to be a favorite. I agree. They should be on top of the AL West. I'm worried about their first stretch of games. I think that's where things get kind of interesting. We can look at it here in a second. Let's see. So we watched that first. Okay, both games. Where are we going next? We're staying in Florida, everybody. Marlins, Orioles. As I will flip the thumbnail. I believe it's Guardians, Yankees for the Mariners at the beginning of the season. They did not play well against the Yankees last year. I believe they were 1-6 or something like that. I'd have to check on the Guardians, but I don't know. The Guardians are always pesky and annoying, so. The Yankees up top, runs batted in. Welcome back to Florida. We're still here. UNLV Hawaii kicking off here in about 5 minutes. What a weird game. Choices it makes, especially with the base running. Yeah, it's the beauty of PlayStation 2 programming. It just does not make sense sometimes. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. There's our guy. There he is. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. He's leading off in the designated hitter spot. Corey Hart in right field. Evan Longoria at third. Rick Ankiel in left. Derek Lee at first. Miguel Montero, the catcher, Asdrubal Cabrera at shortstop. Corey Patterson in center field. Luis Castillo. Not that Luis Castillo. A different Luis Castillo at second base. We want the... Seattle Mariners. Derek Holland to 0-2 with a 3.24 ERA. 3 games with 8.1 innings pitched. 12.45. A's have no pitching. The hitting won't help them in the minor league ballpark with that pitching staff. That's a good point. I hope that the young players are fun to watch. They also seem to give Seattle a lot of trouble for whatever reason. Could just be that division thing. Oh, are they going to have the correct schedule? Probably not. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 single. The Orioles off to a hot start. Rocket hot start. Schedule is still 2025. Okay. Not helpful there. Went to the wrong app. 2026 schedule. March. Yeah, Cleveland and then the Yankees. Not LA, Texas, Houston, San Diego. I don't know. Those first, is it 7 games? Yeah, first 7 games make me really nervous. We saw what happened last year with the 0-7 Atlanta Braves. Granted, different situation in a different division. I get it, but absolutely cannot rely on other teams faltering in front of you. So 2 on for Evan Longoria. Good looking average there. The lefty ready and fires to Longoria. That one's inside for a ball. That one's upstairs. Lefty, who gets the bottom of the zone. Nice location. Good strike to get back into the count. 2-1. And that is hit into left field. Do they send him around third? They do. Here's the throw to the plate. It is going to be an out. Wow. Nice throw from the left fielder. That'll bring up Ricky Ankiel. 1 away, 2 on. So some very aggressive base running in this game in general. And then a near disaster at the end of the Tampa Bay game. I mean, because what if Gutierrez is out by a force at home? That is wild. Lefty fires high, ball. Two and 0. He's done a good job to make those 2-0 counts 2-1 counts. Kind of taking advantage of some passive Orioles 2-0 swing approaches. Lefty fires. That one's in on the inside. Strike 2. Falls behind 2-0. Gets right back into it. 2-2. Swung on and missed. So Baltimore off to a very hot start. A couple of 3 straight hits and out at home, and then a strikeout puts this inning in a very funky spot. That misses, just missed. That one misses low as well. Marlins pitcher can't keep doing this, cannot keep falling behind 2-0. Let's see if this batter makes an adjustment. He's been throwing strikes in the 2-0 counts. He gets it. That's a dot. That's a nice pitch. Makes a little more sense that he wouldn't swing at it, but also surprised that he didn't make an adjustment. 2-0 is a pitch that's going to be in the zone. Here comes the 2-1. That is foul. Just fouled the third baseline. Left-hander fires that one outside. Misses wide for a ball. They're going to put the runners in motion, and he's going to get up and get to it. Oh my goodness, they stopped dead at third. The throw is in from left field again. He's safe. He is safe. Oh my goodness, another funky base running situation. Baltimore just gets a run across. We can take a look at that replay because Miguel Montero, your at-bat will need to wait. Because he's going to come to a dead stop at third. For no reason. There's 2 gone in this inning. Look at him just like trotting into third base. He even touch third base? Kinda. It's a nice slide. Goes to the outside part of the plate. Just gets that left hand, or right hand, excuse me, in there. It's a little tough to tell. It's hard to get two in there. The slide, as he loses all of his fingers beneath the cleat. Wow. Wow. Baltimore almost blows it, but they come away with one so far. Still 2-1. That one is lined up the first base line. Foul. That is lifted into left. Left fielder chases and makes the grab, so good job by the left fielder. I mean, he is making plays out there. He is doing his best. Has a runner thrown out at home plate, makes the nice catch, gave his catcher a good opportunity, even though the run scored. It's a better slide than it is a tag, but still, hey, had a shot. That's what you're looking for. Let's take a look at this Florida Marlins starting lineup for about the 95th time, it feels. Coco Crisp out in center. Todd Helton, your designated hitter. That's usually where we see him. Alex Rodriguez at third base. Pat Burrell in left. Garrett Jones in right. Paul Konerko at first. Orlando Cabrera, shortstop. Jesus Flores, the catcher. And Danny Espinoza is your second baseman. I'm going to guess it's a right-handed starting pitcher. I think that's why Todd Helton was down a little bit in the lineup when we saw them last time, because it was a lefty. So, there we go. Right-handed starting pitcher is my bet, and we are correct. Kyle Drabick, 1-1 with a 5.14 ERA, 3 games, 7 innings pitched, 10-4, 3 hits, walks, strikeouts. There is your Baltimore Oriole starting defense. Coco Crisp batting 167, couple of home runs, 4 RBI. Does have a steal on the season. He'll get things let off for the Florida Marlins, looking to bounce back after giving up a run in the top of the first. That pitch is in for a strike. Crisp gets on top of that one, drives it into the dirt, and the second baseman gets it and fires it over. 1 away. A clean operation. Todd Helton, 233 average. It's gone up a little bit since we've been seeing him. If Crisp and Helton could get on before Alex Rodriguez, he could try and drive him in. He had such a high average early in the season. It looked like the Marlins were doing better because of it. They have struggled recently. Big swing and a miss from Helton there. That pitch was well outside. Thanks everybody for liking the video if you did. Appreciate it. That one's low for a ball. Definitely does help out the channel. Just like getting a new chair would help out my sanity. This one loves spinning to a specific spot. It's annoying. Helton fouls that one away. And that one is low. Two and two, one gone here in the bottom of the first. Home half of the first, you might say. Helton, foul. Okay, can't keep it fair. But does stay alive. You'll look at another pitch from the righty. And he gets set down on strike. So that'll bring up Alex Rodriguez, the 3-hole hitter. He'll be batting from the right side. Has a 400 average. And you look at those numbers, it's 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. That's it. Helton and Coco Crisp have to get on base. You got to take advantage of a batter batting 400. That's in for a strike. Ooh, thought about swinging, able to hold it back, no appeal. That pitch outside will make it 1-1. 1-1, I should say. That one is floated out into foul territory. First baseman can't get there, so it'll be a 1-2 count with 2 away. That one misses outside. Good eye by Alex. Brings the count to 2-2. That one is rolled over. Third baseman picks and fires. First baseman with a nice stretch there. Holds on the bag, and that will do it. Baltimore picks up 4 hits in that top of the first inning, but only the 1 run. Florida cannot respond. It'll be Cabrera, Patterson, and Castillo as we head to the top of the second. Not really sure why I gave the recap on Baltimore, but hey, we tried to make it work, all right? The lefty misses inside, ball 1. That one's fired for a strike. Big swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside. Brings the count to 1-2. Lefty readies, fires. That one's inside for a ball. Ooh. That's been a more common animation, that weird little hack thing. Somehow they're able to figure it out and hold back, but it's a dangerous game that they're playing. That'll be hit up the middle for a single. So Baltimore with another hit, putting a runner on. Is Joe Burrow coming back, everybody? Here's the lefty. That's a nice pitch for a strike. 0-1. When was that posted? 6 hours ago? 9 hours ago. Yeah, okay. Okay. Lefty readies and fires. That misses outside. Okay, 1-1. Nobody out, a runner on first. Lefty with a good eye takes high and inside for ball 2. 2-1. Had a couple of AL East teams in these last games load or have good opportunities to score more than 1 run in their half of the first inning, and not able to do it. That is ball 4. Okay. So 2 on here. As they get a hit and a walk. They were able to do the same thing. They had runners on first and second, nobody out in the first. Couldn't come through. No, we have also not seen a triple play. I don't believe that this game has the speed to do a triple play, but I guess we'll find out. I only thought about that now because it would be possible. Force out at third, second, and first. Bing, bang, boom. Lefty fires. That's hit up the first baseline. Foul. For whatever reason, when I saw that Majestic logo on the first base side, I was like, the Montreal Expos. Why are they here? That is rolled over. Over to second for 1. Back to first for 2. And just like that, the walk is erased. Lead runner gets to third. Nice job by the pitcher covering. Wasn't even looking at the ball. Just stuck his glove out and said, hey, hit it. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt will face the lefty with 2 away. A runner 90 feet away. That is out to left. And, oh, it's off his glove. Oh, he should have probably had out number 3. And he's out at second. They score the run. I realized as I was closing my eyes in shock, in reaction, I was like, oh, he's going for second. What a bizarre game. Baltimore has 6 hits, and they've only been able to come up with 2 runs. They've had 2 devastating double plays. That left fielder, it was like off the heel of his hand. He had a great first inning. But you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense when you're constantly letting balls out into the outfield. He does come up with a throw to get the runner out at second, so hard to be too irritated with him. He's making a difference in this game. 0-2. That sails high. Shakes the catcher off. Readies and fires. 2-2. The camera angle, for whatever reason, that really threw me off. The umpire behind looked like he was going to call strike 3, but then the ball got away. It was very weird. That will be a nice single right up the middle to center field. And Garrett Jones will step in. 11 RBI. A couple of home runs on the season. It's a good opportunity to pick up RBI 12 and RBI 13. And it instead will be nothing. Safe. There was no play there for him. It wasn't a guaranteed double play, but it does go off the end of the glove, so a little bit of funk on both sides defensively now. And it's 2 on, nobody out for the Florida Marlins this time. Paul Konerko. 3 home runs for Ribbies. Misses low for ball 1. Again, triple play opportunity. That is crushed but foul. Oh my goodness, if he gets on time with that and gets a hold of it, look out. The righty sets, rolls it foul on the first base side, so we'll do it again. 1-2. That stays outside for a ball. Two and two as the pitcher readies. He'll fire that, and it is hit. Diving first baseman. He'll throw to first. Covered by the pitcher. So the Baltimore Orioles have made a couple of nice defensive plays from that have kept it from being more than just a single. There are now 2 runners in scoring position with just 1 out. Gets the strike call. 0-1. That is in at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Strike 2. Nice job by the catcher to keep the runner at bay. Safe. That one's off the end of the bat. The runner's going to come home to score, but they will take the force out at first. Safe at home. I kind of like that they did that. They threw the force out at first. Tried to get the out at home. It wasn't the quickest runner. Kind of wonder. We can take a look at the replay here. Flores 333 average, no home runs. You know what? It's a great call either way. I think he might have had a shot to get the runner at home. He just comes straight to it. But I don't think there's any reason to waste that. So bottom 2. As we return to action here. One and 0 with 2 outs. That is in for a strike. And does not get the call on that one. Looked like a good pitch, but the umpire doesn't give it to him. Florida with a great opportunity to tie it at this at-bat. 2-1 count, 2 out, 1 on. The righty fires. It is hit out to right field. Right fielder tracking it. He is going for it. It is an out on the warning track, just shy of the 345 marker out there. So Florida comes up with 2 hits, 1 run. They slice the lead in half. Hart, Longoria, and Ankiel coming up for Baltimore. That is interesting. Got the call low and outside, but didn't give him the call high and outside in the previous inning. Lefty shakes off the catcher. 0-1 on its way. That misses. Here comes the 1-1. That is rolled over to first base. Underhand toss. That'll be an out. So Evan Longoria is 1 for 1 with a single. That's just the solo home run on the year. Thought about swinging. They're going to appeal down to first. He did not go. 1-0. Here comes the pitch. It sails high. A 2-0. Hit hard over to second base. He fires to first, and that is an out. So this Florida Marlins team doing a good job. They get the 1 run back. They need a shutdown inning from the pitcher. It's just been the 1 run per inning for Baltimore, and they're 1 out away from putting up a 0 on the board. That is swung on and missed under. Oof. That is rolled over foul. Lefty fires, misses high. One and 2. Here it comes, and it's a call on the inside corner. That'll be strike 3. So, a 1-2-3 inning for the Baltimore Orioles sets them up with just a 1 run lead heading into the bottom of the first. It'll be Espinosa, Crisp, and Helton. Alex Rodriguez lurking in that 4th, just off to the side. That 4 spot. That is hit out to right center field. It is going. It is just short. It is off the base of the wall. It's going to be a triple, and the Marlins immediately in business. That is a deep right center field. I did not put that together. Almost the DVD menu in the corner, just a stand-up triple, the tying run 90 feet away, the go-ahead run at the plate. I guess the walk-off win run at the plate. It's Coco Crisp. I mean, in this barring, well, shouldn't say that. I was going to say barring something wild, it would give Alex Rodriguez, who's batting around 400, an at-bat. But then what did we see in one of the games today? We saw a costly double play with an out at home plate. Crisp takes that one low. Two-0 is the count. That's in for a strike. Righty winds, fires. Crisp is going to get that up the middle. They were playing real tight defense to prevent the run from scoring from third. Well, that will tie the game in the winning run now on first, with Todd Helton coming up. That guarantees Alex Rodriguez an at-bat. They will check on the runner at first. He dives back safely. Still no successful pickoff attempts. Still just the 2 ejections. Righty fires. That one misses. It's 1-0. That one stays high for a ball. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It is hit into right field. The right fielder, he's going to dive. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Oh my goodness, the dive might have saved the run. No, they're setting him around third. It's cut off and the runner is safe. It's a walk-off win for the Florida Marlins. Coco Crisp comes around the bases, and again, it's a funky end to the game where the runner probably should have been a lot safer than he actually was. Baltimore, they get one in the first, one in the second. Probably should have had more. They had 6 hits in this one, but Florida finds a way to grind it out. Espinoza, your player of the game, 1-for-1 with a triple. Derek Holland goes to 1-2. Kyle Jarabic falls to 1-2. No home runs on either side. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, none in the third. Or ball at Florida. They scored 3 unanswered on 5 hits. Wow, that was a fun game. We're heading out west, everybody. We're going to San Diego. Right? Yes. Giants and Padres. I feel like these teams have been playing a lot of division games. Like, I think that's all we've seen the Padres play is division opponents, I want to say. Or it just feels that way. Baltimore for John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Let's view today's games. We need to catch up on anything. Braves over the White Sox, 2-1. And the Tigers take out the Dodgers, 2-1. We watched that. We're good there. We had 3 of the first 5 games. Now we're skipping a whole bunch of them for Giants, Padres. As we take a look at the standings for the AL West. I think we got them a little bit earlier, so I think the Rangers lost. The Athletics lost to the Angels 1. Let's go ahead and flip this thumbnail. As we are heading to San Diego. Welcome on into Petco Park, the Western Metal Supply Co. building in left field. The Giants 8-11, the San Diego Padres 9-11, and kind of a weird NL West. The Rockies up on top. Dodgers and Giants have kind of been battling back and forth for that 3rd and 4th spot. The Padres not as clear-cut middle as I thought they would be. Well, let's see what happens today. Russell Martin going to get the start, or get the leadoff spot, for the Giants in the catcher position. 3rd baseman Ryan Zimmerman, left fielder Carl Crawford, right fielder Lou Montañez, 1st baseman Mitch Moreland, center fielder Nate McLeod, 2nd baseman Mark Ellis, Edgar Renteria at shortstop, Chris D'Onofrio, the designated hitter. Woohoo, go Giants! Go Giants indeed. I like them to get to the playoffs this season. In real life. Josh Johnson, a 7.27 ERA in 4 games with a 1-3 record. 8.2 innings pitched, 10, 4, and 11. Hits, walks, and strikeouts. Saltalamacchia. Russell Martin. You know what, we haven't done it in a little bit. We'll check the standings after this game. Get kind of an idea of where the teams are sitting. A couple of the divisions were pretty bunched up, including this NL West. I think Colorado's put a little bit of a grip on it. Nice dive. Nice diving effort there. Boy, the numbers really blend into the camo, huh? That misses low and inside. Yeah, but there were a couple divisions that were real tight. We'll get a good read on the wild card. Pitcher winds and fires. That one is foul. It is almost like exactly one pitch behind. No, a little. Might even be a little bit longer. Ground out to the second baseman. And that'll be one away. So Ryan Zimmerman stepping in. That is a strike at the knees. Looked a little low to me, but it is 0-1. Pardon me. That pitch misses. Here comes the pitch, wind in the fire. That is, yeah, it's going to get him to swing up over to the bullpen area, and that funky little part that sticks out in San Diego. That is, it's so weird to see. It blew my mind when I saw that the first time. Carl Crawford stepping in. Crawford puts a good swing into that one, but unfortunately it's foul. Just foul. Oh my goodness. Like the Pirates camo, or the Padres camo jerseys. That one's hit up the first base side, foul. But go Giants. That one's low for a ball, so Crawford with a good eye to lay off on that pitch. One and two with two gone. Crawford pokes that one into left field, and that's a nice base hit with two outs. So gets a runner on. See if the Giants can do anything. Little two out magic, little two out damage. Right-hander comes set, fires that one. Might have been a pitch out. Real difficult to tell with some of these animations, but either way, it's 1-0. They are putting the runner in motion. The throw is in time, and that is an out. Looked like he was pretty delayed on that. I think the throw over, or the pitch out, excuse me, threw him off a little bit. Out by a pretty good margin, and that will do it for the Giants here in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom, the home half. Padres coming up. Angel McCutchen, right-handed hitter out in center field. Alcides Escobar, designated hitter. David Wright, third baseman. Justin Upton in right field. Jared Saltalamacchia behind the dish. James Loney at first. Bobby Abreu in left. J.J. Hardy is your shortstop, and second baseman is Eric Young Jr. Paul Maholm, 6.75 ERA, 3 games with a 1-1 record, 6.2 innings, 10.54, I want to say. Double checking. I was a slight delay. I was correct, but 10.54. I was a little bit like the runner for the Giants. Just like just a hair late. So it's a left-handed pitcher for the San Francisco Giants today. As we get ready to see this bottom of the first, already a check swing call, or a check over to first base. Appealed is the word I was looking for. He went. Strike one. That is hit up the first baseline, foul. First baseman able to get there, but doesn't matter. 0-2. Padres bat a little aggressive here to lead things off. It's Andrew McCutchen. They'll take that one high for a ball. That pitch misses low for a ball. I believe that makes it a 2-2 count here. McCutchen aggressive early, but been able to have a good eye on the last two pitches. Catcher sets up well inside. McCutchen swings and misses, and he'll get set down on strikes for out number one. Threw it inside, got McCutchen to swing. Couldn't. I mean, you're looking for just a jam shot, just a piece of it to stay alive if you're McCutchen. Escobar steps in to face the lefty. Shakes his head no and gets ready. Winds and fires. That one sails high. That one low and inside for a ball. Left-hander. Watches that one go foul up the first base line. 2-1. Nice piece of contact, but driven foul. Makes the count 2-2. Another shake of the head, no. Ooh, boy, this one's out to left field. Thought he had a little bit more under it there, but it's a relatively routine play out in left. Carl Crawford out there. Got the jersey dirty, getting the kind of awful steal attempt out of the way. Two gone for the Padres in the home half of the first. That stays outside. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is a no-doubter out to left field. It is gone up into the second deck. And that will put the Padres on the board 1-0. Some two-out damage. Each team with a hit with two outs. Giants had a single. And it is a monster shot from David Wright out near the Western Metal Supply Co. building. I'm just guessing based on the number. I think David Wright's 5. 381 majestic feet to give the Padres the lead. Justin Upton, he was second on the Diamondbacks with 0 steals. So 1-0. Or 1-0, what? 1-0 is the score. This count is 0-1. Here comes the lefty. That one stays outside. That one gets to the backstop, makes it a 2-1 count. And that will be lined out to center field, or I guess shot into center field. Line out implies that there was, an out because it says line out, but line drive out to left field. There we go. That's a little more the terminology we're looking for. We're figuring it out. Let's see, we're on what day? It's day 23. It's only, game number 88 that we've commentated. The lefty fires and misses. So we'll have 12. So what is it? 4, 8. We'll hit game number 100 on Tuesday. And that's one of those days where it's a weird number of games. It is just the 4 games, so we'll be stuck with whatever teams we get. There's only one other day with 3 games. But that'll be balanced out by the fact that there is the one All-Star game. Montañez, Moreland, McLouth coming up for the Giants, looking to strike back after falling down 1-0 in this bottom half of the first as we go top 2. Can't keep that one fair as it rolls foul up the third base line. 0-1. That is driven out to left. It is going. He is looking. Leap, play. Whoa, a leap at the wall. It's gone. We don't know how many majestic feet it was, but it ties the game. Giants even things up at 1. They strike back immediately. That's what you want to see. You give up a run, give up another hit on top of it, get to your half of the inning and try and get back as quickly as possible. Nice snag by the second baseman there. That'll bring up Nate McLouth. The righty nods, winds and fires. That one stays high. That one is popped to the third base side in foul territory. Third baseman takes a peek, waves everybody off, and makes the grab for the out. So home run and then pretty quickly 2 away. It'll bring in Mark Ellis. That misses low and outside for ball 1. That misses for ball 2. That one stays high for ball 3. Good eye for the Giants. It is a 3-0 count now. 2 gone here in the top of the second. San Francisco strikes back and ties the game at 1. There's your automatic strike. Now, how aggressive would the computer get? That is hit out towards left center. It is carrying both the left fielder and the center fielder chasing. McCutcheon makes the play. I believe it's McCutcheon out there. 1 run, 2 hits for each team. It'll be Loney, Abreu, and Hardy as San Francisco ties things up at 1. A solo shot to left field. James Loney stepping in here. The lefty for the Padres to lead off the bottom half of the second inning. That'll be rolled over to first base. Underhand toss to the pitcher covering. Steps on the bag and makes it for out number 1. Bobby Abreu batting 182. Couple RBI, 1 stolen base. No homers on the season for him yet. The lefty fires that one a little high. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. It's going to get that edge for strike 1. That is hit well out to center field. It's just got a little bit under it, and that is out number 2. This is where the Padres came to life in the first inning. A home run and a single. J.J. Hardy with a .476 average. Looks like a good guy to come through with more 2-out trouble for this San Francisco Giants pitching staff. Lefty winds. Fires it low, and it's ball 1. That one's fouled away. That is to the shortstop. He fires high. Oh my goodness. They should have been out of the inning, so it's instead of a 2-out hit, it's just a 2-out error. Eric Young Jr. steps in. No average. But he has the 1 RBI. That just absolutely sailed the first baseman. My goodness. That is well stopped behind the plate. Yeah, Eric Young Jr. zeros except for RBI 1. So lefty has to throw some extra pitches. That's extra pitch number 2 right to the third baseman. He will take the short way to second. So no harm. No harm comes of the 2-out error. Renteria, D'Onofrio, and Martin coming up for the San Francisco Giants here in the top half of the third. Edgar Renteria, a couple of RBI, 1 stolen base. As he gets set to face the right-handed pitcher. That's in for a strike. That one misses low and inside for a ball. One and one. Top 3. That misses low. Ooh, boy, that is a Feels like a very generous strike call. But hey, it is what it is. That is hit over to the third base side. He fires across the diamond, and that is out number one here in the top half. Nice scoop, strong fire over. Chris D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio? Padre playing as a Giant in the Padres Stadium, so he makes his return home. The righty readies. That is... and out. Oh, no, it's not. It's off the glove of the right fielder. I thought it was... I was thinking, is it going to be a little loop shot in the right field? Is it going to be an out? Okay. Padres repay the Giants. It's not necessarily an error, but it is an extra base runner that might not have should have been there. Might not have should have. Are we tired today, Sean? Just a little bit. Just a little. The pickoff attempt is, again, unsuccessful. Unsurprisingly unsuccessful, I should say. That pitch misses high. That'll make it 2-0. 1 on, 1 out. That'll be dropped. Oh my gosh, he dropped, or he dove back to first base. It might be a force out at second. He's safe. He's in safe. That's the third time we've seen that today. The movement of the infielders or the dives of the outfielders have given the runners fits all day long. That's the second time they have dove back, nearly leading to a force out in a spot where it should not have been a force out. So the Giants a little lucky to have 2 on with just 1 out. That's a big swing and a miss. Here comes the 1-1. That one stays low, make it 2-1. Puts that one out into center field. Will they send him around third? They will. They will hustle around to third as that throw is well short. The pitcher gets the cutoff, steps on the mound, and the Giants score 1. It's 2-1. San Francisco over San Diego. In a divisional matchup. Carl Crawford 1 for 1 with a single, a runner 90 feet away from an extra insurance, or for an insurance run. Or no, extra insurance run. Forgot that they were already tied. The righty winds and fires. Crawford takes inside for a ball. The pitcher moves like, I thought I had that one. You didn't. That is hit well out to left. That'll get down, and that will drive in another run. 3-1 San Francisco. Still just the 1 out. One out, they could have been 2 outs. They could have been 3 outs at this point. Could have been a force out at second. Could have been a catch instead of off the glove. This is a bizarre inning. And San Francisco's doing a good job of making sure that they're taking advantage of it. That one's high. for a ball. That pitch misses in for a ball as well. That's in for a strike. Right near the top of the zone. And that will be lined again. It threw the runner off. They're going to send him around anyway. That's into the pitcher. The pitcher's relay throw is late. He's safe. I am losing track of how many times we have seen a runner have a hesitation move or just a straight dive back to the base they were on. Everything's coming up Giants here. 4-1 now. Three runs all scored with one out. That pitch is in for a strike on the outside corner. That one is rolled over. Not going to be much of an opportunity for a double play, so it'll put two runners in scoring position. Nate McLouth. He's 0 for 1 today. 2 on with 2 out. This is a spot where they should just be running anyway. That was why I was so confused why he stopped at the third base bag in one of the games. I think it was that Orioles. That one will be popped out to left. Unfortunately, that will end the run for the Giants, but they do come up with 3 runs in the top of the third to stretch this lead out to 4-1. McCutchen, Escobar, and Wright going to step up to the plate. San Diego only 2 hits. One of them a solo home run by David Wright with 2 outs. Andrew McCutchen stepping in here. The lefty readies, fires. Swung on and missed. Big hack from Andrew McCutchen. That one stays outside. Good eye from McCutchen. It'll be a ball and a strike now. San Diego's going to need to mount a pretty big comeback here in the bottom of the third. That is kind of a good start. Center fielder limits it to a single as McCutchen's able to get to that curveball or changeup that just didn't really drop the way it needed to. San Diego just has the 2 hits like I was mentioning. It was the home run and the single, both with 2 outs in the first inning. Not a whole lot of opportunities to get anything else done, but they haven't been able to get anything else done until that hit right there. Nobody out for the lefty pitcher here, as he will sail that one inside for a ball. That one right back up the middle. They're going to go first to third. McCutchen with the speed to get there. He was safe. Wow. Okay, so David Wright's 1 for 1. He has a solo home run. This lineup is a bit of a challenge for this left-handed pitcher. Runners on the corners. That pitch stays low, and it's ball one. It is such a delayed little hitch in that throw. If you're San Francisco, you can definitely trade 2 outs for 1 run. Oof, maybe don't leave a ball in that spot to a guy who's already burned you for 1 home run. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. He ran out of room. He stopped running. He's going to take a charge in. McCutchen should score easily. So it is 4-2. As Wright drives in his second run of the game. That hit sounded really good, and when it cuts and you see the center fielder running back, you're like, oh no. Oh no. They're going to put a runner in motion. The throw is in time. That is out number 2. So the Padres get real aggressive with just 1 out. Trying to get a runner into scoring position. I think you want to try and keep that runner on. Oh, and they would have... Oh, my goodness. It burns them immediately. That would have scored a run. He is going to go for a triple. The throw is in. It's high. It's... Oh my goodness. Jared Saltalamacchia. What a wacky and wild game we have here in San Diego. 4-2. If this game had any logic and knew that this was the final inning of the game, they'd probably have brought in a freaking reliever for a right-handed... absolute right-hand lane here. How many of the... I mean... If we go back to... the Padres lineup... Yeah, is 4 righties. It's McCutchen, Escobar, Wright, Upton, all right. Saltalamacchia is a switch hitter. Then there's the 2 lefties after this. You should have brought in a... different pitcher, man. And you can't get the call there. Now, the run at third isn't the biggest concern because it does only make it 4-3. But you don't want to give them the opportunity. That is a 4-pitch walk. So Saltalamacchia, the winning run, now on first base. Or the tying run, excuse me, now on first base. If they bring in a right-handed reliever, okay. James Maloney, I would have lost my mind. They made this left-handed pitcher throw to 5 right-handed hitters in a row, and then they took him out right in time for the lefties. The winning run at the dish. The lefty sets. Fires. That is going to be hit. That's dumped into right field. They will go first to third, the right fielder, with maybe a chance. It's cut off, and that absolutely throws off the rhythm. San Diego could be tied if they did not get that runner thrown out trying to steal second. They have to take this pitcher out. I don't know what they're doing. He's getting absolutely crushed in this inning. Bobby Abreu is 0 for 1. It is 4-3. The tied run is at third. The winning run is at first. Goes inside to the left-handed hitter, which you don't love. You don't need to hit him and load the bases. He sets and fires to the second baseman. Clean throw over to first. That's the out. That's the ball game. 4-3 your final. Boy, oh boy, Mahomes. He really made it an adventure out there in the bottom half, but comes away with the victory. It'll be Giants 4, Padres 3. And mercifully for San Francisco, the game rolled the dice on the back end. It did not give them the bobble at second. Lou Montañez, your player of the game, 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 RBIs. That will do it. That's your day's games. Paul Mahomes, 2-1 after the win. Josh Johnson, 1-4 after the loss. Montañez, his first of the season. David Wright, his second for the Padres. Whew. That was a fun one. Giants had the error, had the really bizarre inning. The Padres kind of threw it away. That's one of the better games we've had all season long. Back and forth and some funk in some of those innings. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and make sure 23rd. We will sim to date. The Mariners get a win. Let's go. We got to catch up on all the scores. Giants! That was a fun one. Okay, so we left off with the Orioles and the Marlins. Phillies, they continue to roll. They're 15-5. They pick up a 5-2 victory over the Twins. The Rangers improve to 9-11 and drop the Nationals to 8-14, who I believe have still played the most games. It is the 23rd, and they are registered for 22 games, which is wild. The Phillies are close with 20. 1-0 Rangers in that one. Cubs, 3-0 winners over the Royals. That is a very surprising result considering that the Cubs have not looked good when we've watched them, and the Royals have been good when we watched them. They won 3 out of 4 against Seattle. The Guardians take out the Astros 2-1, both teams down 12-8. Yankees over the Brewers 5-0. Blue Jays over the Diamondbacks 9-0. My goodness. This game has already been completed. Darn, can't even look at the score. Reds and Angels. Both teams 10-10 after the Angels pick up the victory 4-0. Mets over the Athletics. They improve to 9-11. 3-2 your final there. We just watched the Giants outlast the Padres, win. What a wild, wacky, fun game. And the Mariners 3-2 winners over the Cardinals. Can we look at... No. You can't, look at the box score. Darn, that's unfortunate. It'd be interesting to look at that 9-0 game. All right, let's back out. Let's save. We're going to take a look at the standings here in just a moment. But we'll get a save just in case anything goes wrong. I guess we would only have to sim. Nope, we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to not even going to put it into the universe. Not going to do that. If I saved after every game we watched, we'd only have to sim a game, but I don't do that, so we would have had to try and get all those other results. It would have been a nightmare, but we're not putting it into the world. We're not putting it out into the universe. We're just going to save and pray. Okay. Save is complete. Let's take a quick look at the standings. We'll start in the American League West because that's technically the team that we control. The Mariners are up 2 games on the Angels. They're 12-8. The Angels 10-10. The Rangers 9-11. The Athletics 8-12. In the American League Central, the Royals on top at 13-7. The Guardians just a game back at 12-8. Tigers are 10-10. Twins are 9-11. White Sox at 8-12. And in the American League East, the Yankees lead with a 12-7 record. The Blue Jays, a game and a half behind at 11-9. The Red Sox are a flat 10-10. The Rays 9-10 and the Orioles 7-13. Let's swap over to the wild card, where the Guardians are the number 1 team. The Blue Jays a game back at 11-9. Angels, Red Sox, Tigers all 10-10. Did I do the Central? Yeah, I did. I forgot that the Tigers were 10-10. And you got a couple of teams 2.5, 3. 4. Orioles are the worst team in the leagues at 7-13, and they have a +7 runs difference, where the Twins have a better record and a -13. Weird. Swapping over to the National League, we have the Phillies on top. They are 15-5. They have been up there for the duration of this season. Marlins are 11-9. They're 4 games back. Braves are 10-11. They're 5.5 back. Mets are 9-11. They are 6 back. And the Nationals 8-14. Again, they have played a ton of games. We should look at their schedule. The National League Central has the Astros on top at 12-8. The Pirates a game and a half back at 10-9. Cardinals and Reds both 10-10. Brewers at 8-11. Cubs at 8-12. And then in the National League West, it is the Rockies on top at 14-7. The Diamondbacks 3 games back at 11-10. The Giants 9-11. The Padres 9-12. The Dodgers 7-13. There's your wild card. The Marlins a half game up on the Diamondbacks and on the Pirates. Cardinals, Reds, Braves all within 2. Giants, Mets, Padres, Brewers, Cubs, Nationals, Dodgers. Let's look at the schedule. And we want to go. How have they played? Wait, what? No. Not the Marlins. Who was the team I was thinking of? Crap. Who's 8 and... Oh, God. 8-14. Oh, it's the Nationals. There we go. Yeah, they've played... Literally, they've had 1 day off. That's hilarious. Not really, but... Yeah, they've played 22 of 23 games. They had the leadoff game against the Marlins. My brain baroque. No, because this wasn't even the team that I wanted to look at. 8-14? Isn't there a team that's like 14-8? It must be them. 14-7. Rockies have only had 2 days off. Oh, do we have... Shoot. Boy, I sure hope we have all the series. Oh, wait. No, we're over here. Never mind. We're fine. Okay. That'll do it for today's video. Today's stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hey, Espinosa's on fire. It's also for the Marlins, not the Mariners, so who cares? There we go. We're saved. We're ready to roll. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back on Sunday with more baseball. Tomorrow you get another mini-seasons episode, so enjoy that if you want. If not, we'll see you back here on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being active. Thanks for watching, lurking, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Give the videos thumbs up. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time here in MLB 11 The Show. Good night, good sports. Go baseball. See you Sunday.